Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about our third major part, which is Ohm's law and numericals. It is from electricity chapter. So without wasting time, let's get started. Students, here you can see that some components given with their symbols. So you have to remember such kinds of symbols, and it has taken from your NCERT book. Okay, children? So we will move to the next topic. One of the most important thing is Ohm's law. So what is Ohm's law? So Ohm's law basically explain about relationship between voltage, current and resistance. So according to Ohm's law, if the temperature and the other physical condition remaining constant, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of the conductor. So remember these two conditions. Whenever the temperature and the other physical conditions remaining constant, that time only current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference. Okay, current flowing, it means I proportional to what? Potential difference means it means B. So I, according to Ohm's law, I proportional to B, or you can say B proportional to I. Okay, so proportional sign you have to remove, and you need to put R. R is the resistance. Okay, this is constant value. Okay, this can also be written as I is equals to V by R. Remember, so from there also you can write the definition of electric current. Okay, I is equals to V by R. So we can define another way. What is electric current? The ratio of potential difference and resistance. So this ratio of potential difference and the resistance is known as electric current. Okay, so therefore the current is directly proportional to the potential difference, and number two, the current is inversely proportional to the resistance. Remember these two things we will get from this Ohm's law, that the current is directly proportional to potential difference. Another one is the current is inversely proportional to resistance. Okay, it means what? Whenever the potential difference is high, current flowing through a conductor also high or increase more. And number two, if the resistance of the conductor is increased more, it means current flowing through a conductor is less. If the resistance is low, then the current flowing through a conductor is high or increase more. So these are the two things which are will get from the Ohm's law. Okay. Now next thing is, what is resistance? Resistance, when an electric current flows through a conductor, there will be some resistance. Resistance, it means that opposite, it means which one is prohibited to flow the electric current in the conductor. So this resistance always oppose to current flow through the conductor. Okay, this resistance always prohibited. Okay, so now from that particular formula, which one given by Ohm's law, there we can write R is equals to V by I. Just once you check again, here given I is equals to V by R. If you change this formula, or you need to find out what is the values of resistance, or what is the definition of resistance, you can see this R is equals to V by I. It means resistance is the ratio of potential difference and the electric current. Understood? So this is the another form. So there is two types of conductor. We know that one is good conductor, another one is poor conductor. When it is good conductor, whenever the electricity have low resistance, that time electric current flowing through the conductor is high, right? So that time we can say this conductor is good conductor. Like what? Copper. Copper is a good conductor. Why? Because there is low resistance. Because of low resistance, there will be more electric current flowing through the conductor. So that is why this is what? Good conductor. Okay. So electricity is able to flow through them very easily. So that is why this is good conductor. Understood? So now what is poor conductor? Poor conductor, it means this electricity have high resistance. As because of high resistance, electric current is flowing through the conductor is very less. Okay, so that is why it is called also poor conductor. Okay, so electricity is not able to flow through them, right? Through that type of conductor, because resistance is high. If the resistance is high, then the electric current flowing through the conductor is less. Okay, example, you can take wood, cloth, right? So now SI unit of resistance is what? Ohm. SI unit of resistance is ohm. So now there is some example given. Nichrome where is a high resistance, that one later I will explain you, because this one after heating effect of electric current. So if I explain later, then it will be better. Okay, now what is the factors affecting resistance? It is also very important to understand. Okay, so one by one I will explain you. Okay, now first one, length of conductor. Length of conductor. So this is the main important factor. So length of conductor. If the cross section and materials of the conductor are same, suppose you take one conductor, okay, and this cross section and the materials of conductor is same, then the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. It means what? So if the length of the conductor is increased more, then the resistance of the conductor also increase more. So we can say R proportional to L. Capital R proportional to small l. Small l means length of the conductor, and capital R means what? Resistance. Understood? First point understood? I hope everyone understood. The second option is area of cross section of the conductor, or we can say thickness of the conductor. So when length and materials of the conductor are same, in this case length and the materials of the conductor is same, then the resistance of the conductor is inversely proportional to the area of the cross section of a conductor. It means this time totally inversely proportional to the area of the cross section of a conductor. So in this case, if the cross section of the conductor is less, okay, or small, then resistance is high. So if the cross section of the conductor is less, then resistance is high. Understood? I hope all of you are understood. So again I will tell you, area of cross section of a conductor. If area of cross section of conductor is increase, then resistance less, decrease. If the area of cross section of the conductor is decreased, then the resistance is increased. So both are the inversely proportional to the area of the cross section of a conductor. So formula is R proportional to L by A. Okay, remember. Now third part is nature of a material of the conductor. Nature, it is very important, and the resistance of the conductor also depends on the nature of the materials. If the nature of the materials is different, then the resistance of the also difference. Only this much. And fourth number is temperature of conductor. So temperature of conductor, it means the resistance of all pure metals increase on increasing the temperature and decreasing the temperature. It means if the temperature of conductor is increase more, then resistance of also increase, and if the temperature is decreased, then the resistance also decrease. So it is also similar to the first one, directly proportional. Okay, I hope all of you are understood. Now there is some resistivity of some common substances given. uh, you will get from your from NCERT book also. You can see this slide also I will take from NCERT books. Conductor, alloys, and insulator. There is some materials given, and this materials resistivity given. So that one you just see from your NCERT book. Okay. Now, what is resistors? Here is some uh, resistors pictures given. You see, first picture, left side, upper portion. An electrical components that is especially made to have a certain resistance is called resistors. Okay. So resistors, there is two types of resistors. You remember, one is fixed resistors and another one is variable resistors. Okay. So fixed resistors have only one resistance, means fixed resistors having only one resistance, and on the other hand variable resistors having adjusted to charge the resistance. It means there is variable resistors. Okay, so that is why it can be adjusted to charges the resistance. Now resistors also connected in the circuit diagram, we know that. So when the resistors are connected in the circuit diagram, there is two way to connect these resistors. One is series and another one is parallel. So when resistors are connected in series, the resistance will add up and increase. It means resistors are connected after one another. Okay, you can see the diagram. Downside, left one, 2 ohm and 3 ohm, both are connected each other. So this is what, one after another. It means it is connected in series. Okay, so total resistance is what, 5 ohm. Okay, understood. And on the other hand, resistors in parallel circuits, you can see here there is also two resistors, but it is connected in parallelly. Okay, so that total number of resistance is less. You can see the formula. Oh, another one thing is resistors. Whenever the resistors connected in series method, that time one formula, that is R is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3, like that way going on. Okay, so here R1 and R2 only this much. So R1 is 2 ohm and R2 is 3 ohm. Okay, and on the other hand, whenever the resistors connected in parallel, that time formula is 1 by R is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, like that, like this going on. Okay, because of here only two resistors given, that is why up to 2 only. 1 by R is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Okay, so whenever the resistors are connected in parallelly, that time total resistance is very less. You can see both the resistors in series, there is 5 ohm, and there is in parallel there is only 3 ohm, there is less. Okay. Okay, now next, so at last in this session we have completed, one is electric current, second one is electric potential and electric potential difference, Ohm's law. So no more today. Today discussion only this much. I hope everyone understand what I explained here. Thank you for watching this session.